All right. Hello, everyone. Hope you all are having a great day. Hope you enjoyed the weekend. I meant to make this video yesterday, but I just really didn't have time. Yesterday I released the beta, I'm calling it beta release candidate. Just kind of a combination there. Beta release candidate of the Miyo-JWM Debian versions. I've included now the 32-bit along with the 64-bit. And I want to stress now, if you've installed the one that used Calamares, however you say it, if you've installed the alpha version, you don't have to reinstall. I give a few packages right here that you can install to fix a few issues, and I talk about if you want the update notifier on the alpha version, you can come right here, click on that, and it'll take it to you to the page where you can download it. I actually have the update notifier listed in the auto start section of the JWMRC files on the alpha version, but I didn't include the actual update notifier. Psych! Let me go over just a few of the changes. It's now using the Debian installer instead of Calamares. I added a few extra wireless firmware that don't come automatically with the installers. I fixed the missing user directories in the home folder. Added dbus x11 to fix occasional dbus error when logging out and back in. I had that happen to me once or twice. I'd log out and log back in and get a dbus error, and that right there seems to have fixed it. I added gvfs for mounting drives and partitions. I don't know how I left that out of the alpha version. For the life of me, I don't know how I left that out. So that's one of the packages up here I said to install. Anyway, gvfs, that's what you need to mount your drive. Oh dear, I've got updates. Huh. Okay. I might run updates while I'm doing this, just so you can see how this one works. There's actually 3 update notifiers you can choose from, and when you click, if you click on that link, each one of them it gives a brief description of how they work. Okay, back to this. Added gvfs for mounting drives and partitions. That will also help your trash to show in the file manager. Added scrot. I really don't know how I missed including scrot. Any of you with the alpha version, if you've tried to take some screenshots with the screenshot utility from the menu, I imagine you probably didn't get any screenshots. And I apologize. It depends on scrot to do it, and how I left scrot out, I'll never know. I am so sorry. Added the correct font for use with the basic conky. Added xterm to use with the update notifier that I've included in the beta release candidate. And what I was doing before, I was removing xterm. That's just one of my little pet peeves. I can't stand seeing these little ugly icons right here. So I remove it, but the version of the update notifier that I've included depends on it. So I removed some non-essentials from the xfce4 folder in the .config folder. And I've updated the release notes to be accurate for this beta release candidate release. Alright, some known issues. The welcome screen remains on the system and still appears after you install it. What I was doing before was when I used Calamares, you can list deb packages to be removed in the Calamares installer. And so what I did originally was I made a deb package for the welcome screen so that I could easily have it removed if someone installed it through Calamares. I haven't yet figured out how to do something like that with live build. I'm still looking around trying to figure it out, but I do give instructions in the release notes for how to remove it, and I'll look at that real quick, just show you how easy it is. Now this may or may not happen. The first time you reboot and restart, you may have to enter your password twice, and it should work normally thereafter. Now that happened to me. I added myself to sudo, and after I added myself to sudo, the first time I rebooted, I had to, well, it wouldn't even work from the menu. I had to open the terminal and do system control reboot, and it made me enter my password twice. So just be aware of that. Let's see, let me open up that, what was it I was going to talk about? Removing the update notifier. Removing the welcome screen. I'll open the release notes and show that to you. Let's see, documents, release notes. All right, let me find where it is. Remove the welcome screen, number 9. Let's see if I can find that real quick. There it is. To remove the welcome screen, I say you have 2 choices. You actually have 3. You could just comment it out. It's actually part of the JWM RC file, and I will show that to you. It's only in this original JWM RC file that comes stock out of the barrel when you install it. Where are those? I went past auto start. Here we go. Where is it? All right, here it is. Miyo welcome. Now you could, I didn't give this option, but you could just comment that out using the JWM way of commenting things out, which is to put these marks right here in front of it and those marks right here on the end of it. That would comment it out. However, an even easier way is just to change themes. If you change the themes, what's going to happen is it's going to replace the JWM-RC file in your home folder with one of the other ones. And even if you click the same theme, replace it with the same theme, it's going to do away with it. It doesn't remove it from your system, but it won't be popping up on you anymore. To entirely remove it, open your terminal and then become root and enter the following command. Now let me show you this. I just opened up the run command up here. Miyo-welcome. And there it is. So if you want to entirely remove it, let's open our terminal. I'm going to do this as true root and enter this command right here. Just copy it and paste it. And now let's see if it's actually still on the system. Oh, command not found. Okay. Let's try it from the run command. Miyo-welcome. Oh dear, nothing happened. So there you go. That's all you need to do. That's something I need to work on. I have an idea of what to do, or I know I have a way to do it. I just don't know if I want to do it the way that I know to do it. Alright, let's look at these updates real quick. Using the update notifier, if you remember, I had the desktop icon appear up here, and you have this little notification in the system tray. Click the icon in the system tray, and you'll get an authentication window. Enter your password, and a modified Xterm opens up. And here's all, ooh, there's a bunch of packages. Whoa, that's just since yesterday too. Oh dear. I'm going to go ahead and start the update. What I might do is just speed this section up when I do the film editing, because I'm not sure how long this is going to take. So here we go. If you want to install the updates, just hit enter on your keyboard, because if you notice right here, the Y is capitalized. See right there? That's capitalized, so you can just hit enter on your keyboard, or you can do a capital Y if you want to, or even a little y. Hit a little y and it'll still update it. If you don't want to do them right now, just hit no, or hit N for no, and then enter on your computer, and Xterm will close, and you won't be notified again until the next time the update notifier runs. I'm going to hit enter for yes, and we will see how long this takes. Now, I'm not good at running my mouth and making conversation while something like this is going on, so I'll be quiet now. And if you see there, it's saying it's going to take 2 minutes. Well, it's down to 1:44. What I'll do is I'll speed this up and edit it, when I make the video. All right. Phew, good grief, that took a long time. Okay, that finished. As you saw, Xterm closed automatically when the updates were finished. Man, that took a long time. That's one of the issues with me. This is my best computer. It's the one I use to build systems with and test systems with. Let me open up the file manager. You see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I actually have 8 partitions on here because it's not showing the one that it's running on right now. There was a time I had 15 partitions on this thing. There was a new kernel installed, and of course then it updated grub and had to go through every one of these stinking partitions. So it took a while. While that was going on, I pulled up Firefox again. I wanted to show something that I'm actually very proud of before I end the video. If you saw the video yesterday where I gave the history of why I make MiyoLinux, and I talked about our first computer, which was a 32-bit computer, I have never had this happen to me before on any systems that I've built. This is the first time. I'm not saying it's going to continue like this, but the 32-bit downloads are outnumbering the 64-bit the 64-bit downloads, and I'm actually really proud of that. 32-bit still holds a place in my heart, and if I can still help people get a 32-bit system, I'm going to do it. Alright, here's the 32-bit Dev 1 version. It's received 96 downloads so far. This is the 64-bit UEFI version. It's gotten 30, and the BIOS 64-bit has gotten 61. So 32-bit is leading the pack right now. And the last time I checked, now this won't include the numbers from the alpha version, but just since I've released this beta release candidate version, here's the here's the 32-bit. So far it has gotten 13 downloads. The 64-bit has gotten 9. Sometimes these numbers right here don't match with what it says when you press on these info buttons, but that just kind of thrills my heart, because there's still a lot of people that use 32-bit, and I know a lot of distros have stopped making 32-bit systems. But as long as Miyo's around, Miyo's going to do it. I actually still use that 32-bit computer sometimes. Not often. It's pretty old. It gets real hot. I haven't done anything with the heat sink or whatever it is you do to try to help it cool off. I just use it every once in a while. Whenever I build a 32-bit system, I will test it on that computer. That's basically what I use it for the most, is just to test the builds. But I want to thank the 32-bit users for taking a chance on this. I really appreciate it. Alright, that's it. That's going to do it for the video. I just got a notification that my friend Esnix has made a new video, so I'm going to go watch that. Hope you guys have a great week coming up, and take care. Thanks a lot.